Relative Justice, which centers on resolving inter-family legal disputes, returns for season 2 with real people, real cases, and real families in crisis. Joining me now is Judge Rhonda Wills, letting us know what to expect for this season. Thanks for being with me again.
Hi, so good to be with you.
So tell us a little bit about Relative Justice and what makes it different from so many other court shows.
Relative Justice is the only court TV show where all of the disputes involve families. So all of the litigants that you see on Relative Justice are related by blood, marriage, or children. So unlike any other court TV show, our disputes are only between family members.
And you come from a very large family and have a family yourself, so you have a long history of, judge and litigation. So what brings you to Relative Justice?
You're absolutely right. I'm from a huge family. I'm one of 5 children. I have 4 children of my own. My grandmother had 10 children, and I have almost 50 first cousins. So I'm from a huge family. I've also been practicing law for over 25 years all over the country. I'm licensed in California, Texas, and New York. So when you combine the fact that I'm from a huge family and I have legal experience in cases all over the country, when you combine those two things, then I think I was probably a natural fit for Relative Justice.
I would say so, coming from, I'm sure you had many family disputes happening, and we saw you resolve a lot of the family disputes on season 1. So what can viewers expect for season 2?
So viewers can expect more of the same for season 2, because, when people have legal disputes, there's a lot of emotion involved. But when those people who have legal disputes are family members, things can get extremely passionate really quickly. So the cases that come before me on Relative Justice, I'm resolving not only the money disputes between the family members, but oftentimes I'm also resolving sometimes really long-standing family conflict. And so when you combine the family conflict with money disputes, things can get pretty crazy pretty quickly.
Yeah, I love from season 1 that you're tough, but you're fair and compassionate. So what is one memorable case that you've come across so far?
There have been so many, so you just have to tune in every day. Some days on Relative Justice, it's just extremely funny and we're all laughing. And there are other cases where it's extremely emotional and the litigants are crying and the audience members are crying and I'm almost crying. And there are other cases where the family dynamic is so toxic that I really have to call people on their toxic behavior. But there are so many memorable cases. You have to tune in. I mean, there's one episode where we have literally snakes in the courtroom where one of the litigants was suing his brother over their pet snakes. And so they brought the snakes to the courtroom. And I don't want to tell you what happens, but you have to tune in. But literally, you've seen snakes on a plane. There were snakes in my courtroom.
Snakes in the courtroom.
It's crazy. Yes.
That is crazy. And one real quick question. A lot of people, they want to know if the cases and litigants are real and are your rulings binding?
So absolutely. All of our cases are real. What you see on Relative Justice, these are real families. These are real disputes. And my rulings are real rulings and they are binding and non-appealable. So when litigants come before me and I make a ruling, that ruling is absolutely binding on the parties.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Judge Rhonda Wills. We cannot wait to tune in to season 2 of Relative Justice.
Great. Thanks so much. Tune in. We're on Monday through Friday. And so hopefully you'll join us. Season 2 has lots coming up.
Yes, well, you can catch Relative Justice on the CW, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. If you would like to be on the show, just go to relativejustice.tv.